Wednesday,
the 23rd.
March 23rd, and we are on our 000 day, which we did not want to do. But the road, they closed the road last night to Newfound Gap at 7 p.m. and it is still not open. So we're stuck in Gatlinburg right now. We currently have a shuttle scheduled at
8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. tomorrow with Pack Rat. So hopefully we will be able to get that 8 a.m. shuttle. But he said that he has information they're not opening the road until tomorrow afternoon, and we do hope that's the case because we do not want to spend another night in Gatlinburg. We've spent enough nights in Gatlinburg and we're not making any miles, although we've enjoyed the rest and relaxation and eating and eating and eating. If you saw the video yesterday, I said I've had 2 rounds of fresh cut fries. Well, I just had another one. So 3 days I've had French fries, which is not healthy for me. But we also had salad every day. And we do have an apple we bought. 1 apple we're going to eat. But it's nice to shower multiple days in a row. I forgot what that was like. And to eat and sit on a chair like a human.
We need to get back on the trail, though.
Yeah, definitely. We need to get back on trail. And so we thought we'd take advantage of today to answer some questions from some viewers. So the first question that we had is, how many miles will you walk in total on the Appalachian Trail? So the trail's about 2,200 miles. It goes from Springer Mountain in Georgia all the way to Katahdin in Maine, which goes through 14 different states. But that's just Appalachian Trail miles.
You do a lot more miles going down to get water, walking into camp, going into town. So that 2,200 miles is just a portion of it.
Right, so we hike way more than the miles we say we're going to be hiking, because we have to go get water, go back, or if we go to a camp. For example, the camp we might go to tomorrow is 0.5 off the trail, which I hate.
You really don't have a choice, though. Whether the cabins are spaced out in the Smokies, and you have to stay in the cabin or cabin area, the shelter area, and that kind of limits us where we can go.
Yeah, so the Smokies are fantastic. Beautiful views, beautiful forest, like the Christmas tree forests are my favorite right now. We're still in that.
Great hiking.
Tough hiking though, but the weather is just so unpredictable. The weather is, it can be brutal, and we had 1 day of good weather. We had a rainy, cold, blustery day. We had a snowy, freezing day. So when we go back, it's gonna start to get cold again, and it's gonna snow again.
Yeah, they like to keep you on the ridge line between 5,000 and 6,000 feet. So we get the front of the weather.
So we're up there, and right now, I hope the camera isn't moving too much, because it looks like the trekking pole is moving back and forth a lot. The wind gusts today are supposed to be 70 plus mile an hour up there on the mountain. That's why the road is closed. But yeah, so it's about 2,200 miles. What kind of tent brand and model do you use? And so currently, we are using the Z-Pax Triplex.
It's a 3-person tent. It's much more suitable for 2 people. So you have a little bit of extra room. We put both our packs in there. Nothing's rubbing up against the sides. We have plenty of room to do our chores and get ready in the morning. It's a good sized tent in the 22 ounce range. So it's not a bad choice for a 2-person tent.
For 2 people, it's a 3-person tent that 2 of us are sharing with all of our gear. So we can be in the tent, both of us next to each other, doing stuff, moving our arms, and we are fine because it's so wide. And Maytag's, over 6 feet tall, so he needs that length, and it has the length for him. One of the things about our tent that you have to be cautious about is that it's a single wall tent. When you have a single wall tent, you have to do condensation control, and
it's mainly ventilation, keeping the door open and keeping it ventilated.
But it's hard to ventilate a tent when it's below, freezing, and the winds, in the 30, 40, 50 mile an hour range. So anything that touches the tent, if it's wet, will get wet. So we have to make sure that we ventilate properly. The third question is, how are you keeping your battery charged on your phone or camera? And so Maytag and I both use a battery bank, a power bank. I don't think you brought yours down. I use the Anchor 20,000 milliamp, and it's heavy. It's a brick. It's pretty heavy, but because I'm vlogging, I need to have that 20,000 milliamps. And I will say we were out as long as we've been out.
5 days?
5 days on this trail. I haven't run out of battery yet. And not only do I charge my phone, I have to charge my Garmin Instinct every night, or actually mine I could charge every other night. I have to charge my Garmin InReach Mini, not every night, but I charge that. I have to charge my headlamp, again, not every night. So this 20,000 milliamp is pretty good for that. And then what do you use?
I use a 13,000. At 13,000, a 10 is very popular. I don't video blog, so I don't have I don't have to charge my phone every night, and I can stretch mine out easily 5 days.
Yeah, so that's how we keep our electronics charged, is this power bank right here. Another question that was asked is, what trekking poles are we using? So we both use Black Diamond poles.
Yep.
I have the Black Diamond Ergo, meaning that this right here is ergonomically correct, so that when you hold it, it's good for my wrists that way. And then what do you use?
I use the Black Diamond Alpine Cork carbon. It's a carbon fiber pole. It's made not to be really lighter. It's very strong pole. Again, with a carbon fiber shaft and a cork handle. My cork is straight. I don't care for the ergo.
So we both use cork, and you can see the difference here. The difference with the ergo and mine you see is curved and his is straight up and down. I used to use the straight up and down one, then I went to the ergo, and now I have a hard time using the regular one because my wrists now are so used to being like this. So, but it not only doesn't have the cork, it also has the foam, which is nice. So when you're climbing up, I have something to grab on. So it extends the length I can grab. I mean, we grab at any point, but when it's cold out and you're touching this cold metal, woo! Even through gloves, you can feel it. So
one thing that I look for is this top piece. This is rubber, grippy rubber. Some of them are actually smooth plastic. When you have your hand on top, you push it off on it. This rubber grips you very well. There's less chance of you slipping. So I look for that in a trekking pole. And I think you've noticed we don't have straps on. That's because they are always in the way. I'm always moving my hand up and down or switching hands with them. And I've broken poles, and I've sprained my wrist before by being strapped up. Without a strap, I can just let go of them, and maybe I can avoid damage.
they also, when you sweat or when it rains, they get wet, and then you got wet straps. And the other thing with straps, just to be aware of, is, and I see this a lot with our friends hiking, is they have strap lines on their hands where their trekking poles are. Not that I don't have tan lines. We have awful tan lines. Like here is my watch tan line right here. It's pretty bad. And then of course we have like the farmer's tan on our arms and our legs and our socks. So anyway, there's many kinds of trekking poles out there. We prefer the cork. Some prefer foam. Some prefer the plastic. It just depends on what you want. And the last question, oh no, not the last question. The next question we're going to answer is, are there places on the trail to get water without having to get off trail, or do you have to go to town to get your water? And so we actually get water from streams, creeks, springs.
The mountain sometimes comes right out of a rock.
Yeah, lakes, ponds.
All filtered, no matter how clean it looks, we always filter it.
So we filter our water. We don't just drink it right from the stream because you can get bacteria from that and illnesses, water-borne illnesses. And maybe one time we'll film it. It's just so cold. It's just so cold. Been so cold lately. I don't think I've filmed us filtering water.
We'll do that.
So we'll film that so you can see what it looks like. But no, we can't wait till we get to town. We have to filter at least once a day. We try to, filter once a day or twice a day. It just depends on how frequent the water sources are and how much we're willing to carry. Because 1 liter of water is 2.2 pounds of weight. And so we try to stick in the 1 liter range right now because it's not hot. But this past summer when we were in Virginia hiking, we carried 5 liters of water because there was no water. So we had to carry 5 liters of water times 2.2 pounds each. That's a lot of weight added to our packs.
And we're coming to a kind of a dry stretch of smokies right now too, so we'll have an extra liter.
Oh darn! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We're carrying more water. And the last question is, how are your feet holding up? So I appreciate that question from one of my viewers. So my feet are doing fantastic. My left foot, with the one that I have, the plantar fasciitis, really badly in. It does bother me once in a while, but considering in December I almost canceled the Thru hike because of how much pain I was in, I am extremely happy and blessed that my foot, I did everything in my power for 7 months to heal my feet. I did physical therapy, I rested it, I iced it and stretched it 3 to 4 times a day. I had 2 rounds of cortisone shots, and it was a pain in the butt, but I'm on the mend. I'm also wearing insoles. I've been wearing insoles for 7 months. So I don't know what did the trick. I don't know if it was a combination of, I'm sure it was the combination of things. I'm just happy it's healed because that is a common problem that people have, especially with zero drop shoes like I wear. So yeah, so thanks for asking. My feet are doing very well. My poison oak, if you've been watching and following, my poison oak is still on my body. I went through a steroid shot. I went through, I think, 14 days of steroids, and also was on an antibiotic. And so that it's going away. It's definitely going away, but I'm highly allergic to it. I don't think it's affecting my breathing. I think my asthma is affecting my breathing enough. It was affecting my breathing so much so that that's why I went to go get that steroid shot. All right, well, if you have anything else to add, the wind you can see is picking up, and we're getting another round of storms. So wish us luck that they open that road tomorrow, or we're having another 0 day, or staying in town longer than we definitely want. But yeah, we appreciate everyone watching and all of the kind, inspiring words. to keep us going. You know, this isn't a walk in the park for sure. We're sitting in a park. That's why I said that. It's you know, it's a lot of work all day. It's a lot of work hiking up and down mountains, and the views are amazing. The people we meet are amazing, and it's just unbelievable what, you know, the human body can do. You know, just hiking up and down mountains, and it's great. It's been great.
Nothing but walking.
All right, so if you have any other questions on our next, hopefully only 0 day, not a 00 or a 000, we would be more than happy to answer them, because if you have a question, I'm sure there's someone else out there that has the same question, so we're happy to answer it.
You bet.
All right, we'll see you later. Thank you.